going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Phillies embarrassed again. I'm not shocked. I am completely not shocked. So they dropped the series to the Toronto Blue Jays. They lose 9-1. And another thing from today's game, I'm officially concerned about Jesus Luzardo. I think Rob Thompson screwed him over. And that's obviously going back to his last start against Milwaukee, where for some reason they kept him in to allow 12 earned runs when you should have taken him out of the ballgame way earlier than that. And then Jesus Luzardo. In this game struggles once again, 9 hits and 8 earned runs allowed. Now his ERA is almost at 4.5. In 2 starts, he has given up 20 earned runs. 20 earned runs in his past 2 starts, and his ERA goes from just above 2 to almost 5. Now, I'm not trying to defend Luzardo or anything like that because he has been bad in his past few starts. He is allowing hard contact. He's leaving pitches over the plate. He's allowing a lot of hits, and he's allowing a lot of runs. But then that's up to your manager to stop the bleeding with your pitcher and get him off the mound before you shank his confidence. And I think that's exactly what happened in that game against Milwaukee. His confidence was fucking shanked. It 100% was. So, I'm officially concerned about Luzardo. Now, will he probably find his confidence again this year? Oh yeah, he probably will. But now his numbers will be nowhere close to how elite they were in basically his first 10-plus starts. That is basically just outside the door, and now he's not even going to be considered for a Cy Young contention at all this year because the Phillies kind of screwed him over with not taking him out of the game as early, when he was struggling. Oh yeah, go figure. Go figure. Phillies are doing a bullpen game tomorrow as well. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? A bullpen game. A bullpen game. And also, Phillies offense, 5 hits once again. So they've had 10 hits combined in the last 2 games. They've scored 2 runs in the last 2 games. I think Sean in last night's call basically said it perfectly. Every time they go up against Chris Bassett, they're going to lose because they can't hit Chris Bassett. So that's exactly what happened again, once again, with this Phillies team. And by God, I am tired. I am tired of watching this offense. I am tired of watching the same shit. Now you have to have questions about a guy in your starting rotation because your fucking manager screwed him over because he didn't take him out early enough in the last start against Milwaukee, and now his confidence is probably goddamn shot. It's simple. Rob Thompson even says post-game after Milwaukee that I got to do a better job in that situation managing. What the fuck are we even doing? What the fuck are we even doing here? What are we doing at this point? Like, I didn't even have to turn on, I wasn't able to turn the game on time. As soon as I turned the game on, boom, the Blue Jays are scoring a bunch of runs. Okay, yeah, I'm turning that shit off. I didn't even need to watch the full game today to look at the ugliness in today's game. Trey Turner had another mistake, even though there is a conversation between whether it was Trey Turner's ball that he needs to make or it was a Max Kepler ball that Max Kepler should have taken control of. But still, it's a defensive mistake from this Phillies team that Trey Turner is involved in. Brandon Marsh once again in center field. This team cannot hit. They cannot hit. They do the classic. They score a bunch of runs in one game, get you all up in your feels and all that stuff, making it like, oh, okay, the offense is clicking again. Nope, they have the classic. They score a bunch of runs in one game, then the next few games they don't do anything at all because that's what this Phillies team has been for the past, 3 years? 3 years going back to, I would say, probably 2022. 2022. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous with this team. It's an absolute joke. And they're not going to change things. I just don't see it happening. I don't see them calling up these different people. I don't see them calling up Justin Crawford. I don't see them calling up Otto Kemp. I don't see them doing that with any bats. I just don't see it at all. They're not going to call up Aiden Miller because he's nowhere close to ready yet. They're not going to trade for a big bat. They're just not going to do that. They're going to run with it until the end of the season because Dave Dombrowski ain't going to do shit. And also because John Middleton probably doesn't want to part with prospects. So it's a whole conglomerate of everything that they're probably not going to do. It'll be the same usual, marginally better moves. You get a serviceable reliever. You get maybe a serviceable bench bat. That's what you're going to do. That is what you're going to do most likely. There's going to be nothing substantial. You're not going to make a huge swing package to get a great player in here. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. And what they should do is give some of these younger guys a shot, like some of those guys that are clearly better hitters in the minors, and give them a shot up here, because what else do you got left to fucking lose? But they're not going to do that. That means seeing more bats from Bryson Stott. That means seeing more at-bats from Max Kepler. That means seeing more at-bats from Brandon Marsh and Johan Rojas. More at-bats from Weston. Weston Wilson pitched again. Weston Wilson pitched again. He pitched on Sunday. It's fucking Thursday. It's 5 days after the fact. He pitched on Sunday. He pitched on Sunday, and he's pitching again. Like, that's a fucking issue. That is an issue. This dude pitched on Sunday because you got blown out. Or was it Saturday? No, he pitched on Saturday. Forget Saturday. So he pitched 6 days after the fact. It's still basically in under a week. He pitched on Saturday. He's pitching again because you got blown out and embarrassed again. Like, what a joke. What a joke this franchise is. And I'm watching the replay of the Trey Turner mistake in the outfield. That was 100% Max Kepler's ball, but Trey Turner also had a chance to make the catch, and he dropped the ball. So the ball's in your glove. You got to make the catch regardless of whose ball supposedly it's supposed to be. If it's in your glove, you got to make the catch. You got to secure the fucking ball. So here's a stat on Jesus Luzardo this season. This is from Paul Casella. In his first 11 starts, he had 16 earned runs and 67 innings pitched. And in his last 2 starts, 20 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings. His ERA has gone from 2.15 to 4.46. Yeah, that's a confident shot right there. His last 2 starts, he has a 31 ERA. I'm looking at it right here on Phillies postgame live. The joke. The joke. Let's see. John Clark, the Phillies lose a series on the road for the first time since getting swept by the Mets. They have won 5 straight series on the road. They've only scored 2 runs over these last 2 losses and just had 3 extra base hits. Well, because a lot of your road series recently have been against garbage competition. And now you're facing semi-mediocre, decent teams. And eventually when you face better teams, yeah, it's probably going to be looking a lot like this. Because this team's not good enough. They're an okay team. They're not terrible. Phillies aren't a terrible team. They're not a great team. They're not a World Series caliber team like what they expect themselves to be. They're a good team. They're a wild card type of team that probably gets lucky in the wild card round. That's what their ceiling is, in my personal opinion, because this team, as we all said in the offseason, does not have enough. And clearly this team did not do enough in the offseason to put them over the hump. Because, one, I believe your owner cheaped out. Dave Dombrowski, regardless of your owner cheaping out, you should still be able to find significantly better pieces with cap restraints, even though there's no cap, but basically with a less budget. It's ridiculous. You're running back the same group of guys for the past 2-3 years. 4 years. Eventually, it's just going to wear its course. You reached your potential. You failed at winning a World Series because you choked to the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2023. And now you probably lost that shot. You 100% did. You got to fucking regroup here. You got to give some other guys a shot that are in the minor leagues. Because, hell, those guys are probably way better bats than some of the guys that you have up here. Otto Kemp, for example. Is Justin Crawford ready? I have no idea, but his bat looks like he's dominating down there in AAA. Why not give him a shot? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. It's just, try something different. I'm tired of watching Bryson Stott at bats. And this is the thing. Why is Bryson Stott still leading off? Why is Bryson Stott still leading off? The dude has a sub 700 OPS. What does he do good at the plate? What does he do good at the plate besides just see a lot of pitches? He sees a lot of pitches and fouls a lot of pitches off. That's all he does. That's all he does. Maybe he'll get a hit here and there. Maybe he'll have a multi-hit game here or there. He doesn't walk. He barely gets extra base hits. Why is he in the leadoff spot? The only thing that realistically saves Bryson Stott from being a bench bat is the fact that he has an elite glove at second base. That is the only thing that saves him. Is the fact that he's a Gold Glove caliber second baseman. That is the only reason why he's in the starting lineup. That's basically it. Any other, if he's just had average defense, subpar defense, he's probably a bench bat, more of a platoon type of guy. And maybe there's also an impact from Bryce Harper there because Bryce Harper and Bryson Stott are good buddies, Las Vegas guys. Maybe that's also a matter of the fact. Tired of watching Kepler. I'm tired of watching the center field catastrophe. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. We don't know when JT Realmuto's coming back. Hopefully, the foul ball to the cojones is, hopefully he's doing better. Hopefully he's doing better because that looked fucking painful last night. That was, even though we did bring this up last night, that was fucking painful. Painful to watch. Like, literally and figuratively painful to watch. It's unreal. It's unreal. Just look at the, when the runs were scored in this game. Second inning. Blue Jays put 4 runs on the board. Single by Schneider. Strahl gets a double. Scores a run. Heineman doubles. Scores a run. And then Bichette hits a home run to the opposite way. Makes it 4-0. Then in the third inning, that's when the Blue Jays scored another 4 runs. So Kirk singles. Clement doubles. Second and third. Schneider walks. Then you get bases loaded with no outs. Strahl singles. Clement scores. Makes it 6-0. 2-run score off that. Clase walks. Heineman singles. It becomes 8-0. And then eventually put a 9th run on the board. Phillies eventually did something. Trey Turner with a double. Schwarber with a single. Blah. Blech. Blue Jays made it a 9-1 lead. And then that's it. Luzardo 8 earned runs allowed. Lazar scoreless outing. Walker scoreless outing. Seth Johnson allowed a run. Weston Wilson on the mound. Oh boy, Weston Wilson, 2 appearances, 0 ERA. Joy. I'm very excited for that. Chris Bassett, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 99 pitches. Weak contact, 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 weak contact. That's what this team is. That's what this offense is. Weak contact, weak contact, weak contact. Don't you miss the power? Don't you miss the home run capabilities what this team used to have? That we all complained that they were too home run happy? Oh yeah, I really miss that. I really miss that. Fucking screw fucking on base percentage. Screw taking pitches. Drive the fucking ball out of the ballpark. That offense was much more fun to watch. It was more fun. It was more fun. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. And don't give me the fundamentals crap. I don't want to hear it. Fundamentals crap. I want a fun offense. This offense ain't fun. Staring at pitches down the middle of the plate, weak contact, fouling pitches off, pop up, fly out, ground out, single. Maybe the occasional extra base hit there. Oh, Kyle Schwarber hit a home run. That's nice. That's basically it. I would like to see something else. Ugh, man. Single. Seriously, the only thing that was good today was acquiring a Nintendo Switch 2. I somehow got a Nintendo Switch 2 after GameStop fucked me over. Thank you, Costco. For some reason, selling Switch 2s. I don't know why Costco was selling them, but thank you, Costco. I was able to acquire one, and I canceled right away the GameStop one because GameStop was trying to fuck me over. That was the only thing good that happened. The Phillies. Meh. I don't care about Nick Castellanos going 3 for 3. I don't care about Schwarber's hit. I don't care about Turner's double. I don't care about any of that. Bryce Harper had 3 strikeouts today. 0 for. Stott 0 for 2 strikeouts. Bryce 0 for 3 strikeouts. Bohm 0 for. Rojas. I guess he came into the ballgame eventually. Who the fuck was playing third? I guess, okay, Bohm was playing the entire game. Kepler 0 for. Marsh 0 for. Marchand 0 for. 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Nice. Isn't that lovely? Oh, joy. And you're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates this weekend where They'll probably win the series. They'll probably win the series against the Pirates. Well, they do have a bullpen game tomorrow, so I ain't guaranteeing shit there. Yeah, they'll probably try to win. They'll probably win the series, and that'll probably like fool people to thinking like, oh, look, they play good. Oh yeah, you're playing a bottom feeder team. You're playing a bottom feeder team. Now I gave them their props when they went through that long stretch of beating a lot of teams in a row that were bad. And it's basically the reasoning because you can't control the schedule that's in front of you. All you could do that's play the games that are in front of you, and they took care of their business. And I gave them their props. Now, when you put that up, when you're playing teams that are right around 500, and eventually you're going to be playing a lot of teams that are a lot better, the flaws are going to show. The flaws are really going to show. Realistically. I don't know, man. I don't know. 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 Bullpen game tomorrow, right? Don't you love it? Don't you love the idea of a bullpen game? And now mostly you're only throwing a bullpen game because Zach Wheeler still is not back from paternity leave. That is the only reason why you're throwing a bullpen game to begin with. Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez on the bump. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. We got 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock start basically. 4 o'clock start, 1:35. Cubs are in town. You'll probably lose the series to the Cubs. Toronto again at home, basically next week. Then you play a 4-game series. Oof. Mets, Astros, Braves. The Braves blowing a 10-4 lead in the top of the 9th inning. Oh yeah, that's the Braves team that made you look like fools, even though you won the series. You were this close to losing the series to a Sean Murphy ball that just barely went foul. What else? What else? Yeah. Steam. Annoyed. As you can tell, I'm annoyed. I don't have the energy to yell, though. I don't. Because it's basically saying the same exact shit every fucking game. It realistically is. What Sean said in yesterday's recap in his voicemail, where a lot of his voicemails are just summarizing the same exact thing, that's what you talk about with this team every goddamn game. Because we all know the flaws, we all know the issues with this team. And they just come in full flight. Full flight. It's literally extreme highs, extreme lows with this team. There's nothing in the middle. There is nothing in the middle with this team. It's, oh my God, they're playing the best baseball of their life, and oh my God, they're playing the worst baseball I've ever seen in my life. This team is so bipolar. It's not even funny. They are so bipolar. They don't know what they want to be. They just don't. I do want to see what Rob Thompson said. If Rob Thompson even says anything on Jesus Luzardo in today's game, I don't think he is. No, I don't think there is. No, I really don't know if there is anything, obviously. What is there? What is there? What is there? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. No. 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 No, I don't see anything. Everything basically on my feed right now on Twitter is either something else that is related to hockey or wrestling. That is all I'm seeing. I am not seeing anything Phillies related on X. Nothing. And that's probably the way it should be. I don't want to see anything Phillies right now because it'll probably piss me off. It'll probably piss me off. My God. It's all WWE. Yeah, mainly WWE and something else. Thank God, like Money in the Banks. Even though WWE, the product lately has not been the best, I still find it more entertaining than watching the Phillies on a consistent basis. So you got SmackDown tomorrow. You got Money in the Bank on Saturday. Granted that the main event's with fucking Logan Paul again. Oof. Oof. 2 weeks. Was that 2 big shows? Like Saturday night, even though Saturday night main event is not a pay-per-view, but Saturday night main event, Money in the Bank, 2 main events with Logan Paul in it. Oof. Ugh. Thank God the women's division has been like actually really good lately. They called up a lot of the NXT people on the Raw and the SmackDown. It's actually been more fun to watch the women's division than the men's at some points. Probably a lot of points, but yeah, it's nice seeing Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia. Nice stuff. It's nice stuff. But off of wrestling. See, when talking about wrestling, I can talk to another topic that's not Phillies. I'm happy. I'm not happy. I'm not frustrated. I am happy. I'm not frustrated. Sean, you probably understand my point there. When you talk about something that's not the Phils, you can actually have some enjoyment talking about it. Thank God the Stanley Cup, even though the Stanley Cup Finals, the fucking days off are fucking so super extreme. The NBA Finals, they start tonight, so that'll go on in the background, obviously. Like I said, I'm getting the Switch 2 tomorrow from Costco when it delivers, so I'll have that to distract me as well. I got wrestling a lot this week. Oh, even the freaking, what was it, the Triple X showcase before Money in the Bank with the brand that WWE purchased from Mexico. That's going to be fun, at least, hopefully, to watch before Money in the Bank. Yeah, I got nothing else on this Phillies team. It's the same shit as my camera freaking falls over a little bit. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. We do have a couple of voicemails here on the Anytime Hotline. We got one from Steven and Sean, just left one actually. And we do got some of you guys here in the chat. So I might as well get to some of these. Let's get to Steven. Let's get to Steven just so we could progress here.
Hey, Amadeo. So just a pathetic overall performance of the Phillies in this series. I mean, you had no run production. The pitching sucked. It reminds me of the second half of the summer last year where nothing was going right for this team and they just couldn't win games. I mean, I know you got a Pirate series coming up now and you better sleep that. I'm just not buying into this team as much right now. They need to watch the deadline. I mean, they need a closer. They need another eighth inning guy. They need a left fielder. They need a center fielder. I'm not really a big bone guy. I think he's just a singles machine. I mean, they need a lot, man. And I don't feel really confident that Nathan Borowski is going to do it. And I also think it's time to question John Middleton, man. I really do. I mean, the past two off seasons, the last three trade deadlines, they've stayed pat, man. And he hasn't really taken that next step to spend money and propel this team to a championship team, and it's just so frustrating. Now, hopefully they can get things turned around. I think Luzardo is going to be okay, but it just shows that what Rob did last time out there, or the bench coach, whoever filled in for Rob, it did hurt the kid. He lost a lot of his confidence because of that, and it's just so frustrating.
I guess that was the end of the call. But yeah, I appreciate the call, Steven. Yeah, when you list all those needs, when you list all of those needs, you list left fielder, center fielder, multiple bullpen arms, all the bats that you probably need. How do you expect? How does a franchise expect to win a World Series when they have all of those needs, and you're not going to be able to address all those needs at a trade deadline? That's just simply impossible without gutting your entire prospect system. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I don't know what they expect to do. I don't know how they expect to fix them. Like I said, they're going to do the same shit that they do every trade deadline. It's where they get marginally better. They get another bench bat. They get to put two with Max Kepler probably, or something else. They get a couple of bullpen arms, and that's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. I don't see anything else happening on that front, even though they should be calling up some batters from minor league baseball, like Otto Kemp and all that stuff, because those guys, it'd be better to watch those guys at least learn Major League Baseball than watching whatever product we have here now. It's crazy. It just is. And yeah, John Middleton, I believe, deserves a good chunk of the blame here. I really do. It's, even though, like I said, this is nothing based on anything that I've seen, anything that I've read. It's just a gut feeling. It's really just a gut feeling. John Middleton this offseason told Dave Dombrowski, you're not allowed to do much. I can't spend this much money again, and you're going to have to go bargain bin shopping and all that stuff. I really feel like that's the case with John Middleton, and he cheaped out. And he cheaped out on this franchise. He cheaped out on this fan base. The Citizens Bank Park is sold out every fucking game, and your owner does not want to spend more money to put the team over the top to probably win a World Series. Yeah, that's a guy that says he wants his effing trophy back, and he'll do anything to get it. My ass. Let's get to Sean. Let's get to Sean.
So let me get this in under the gun. I didn't watch today's game for a number of reasons, but pretty much because I knew what was going to happen before it happened. Chris Bassett and pitchers like him are this team's kryptonite. I don't know what's going on with Luzardo. Maybe he's still shell-shocked by getting rocked the last start. But does it really matter when your offense can only put up one run? Chris Bassett is garbage. Jose Quintana is garbage. Yet every time pitchers like this, guys that go out there, change speeds, throw a bunch of junk, dominate the Phillies. I mean, again, I know the bullpen sucks, but the lineup is just as bad. It's a combination of both of those factors, which is why this team is going nowhere. I mean, show me something different and I'll get off my soapbox. But again, I almost nailed my prediction. I knew as soon as I saw who was pitching in Game 3, that's a loss. You had to pitch a shutout to win. Somebody said it in the comments. That game was over when it was 2-0. I mean, just pathetic. Again, bring up your minor leaguers, start getting rid of what you can, but this team is in quicksand. The worst position to be as a franchise in any sport. Not good enough to get to the top, and not bad enough to get elite players. You're just stuck in a holding pattern.
It's probably perfectly said. And I think that goes back to your ownership, cheapening out. Because if you were willing to spend as much money as you wanted to, you would go out and get better talent. You would probably go out and sign Teoscar Hernandez, who was a free agent this year, who would have been a very nice right-handed bat to get. You would have gone out and traded for a Kyle Tucker and then extended him. You probably would have extended Kyle Schwarber by now. You probably would have gotten more bullpen arms and signed some bullpen arms that would have supplemented the depth of the bullpen. Or even you probably would have brought back either Estevez or Hoffman and then go out and sign another bullpen arm as well, or maybe even two bullpen arms. Like I said, I think it goes back to your ownership. I think it goes back to John Middleton cheaping out on this team. I just firmly believe that. Now I'm not putting all the blame on John Middleton. He is part of the conglomerate. That is what's wrong with this team. I really just think he keeps saying that he wants his trophy back and all that stuff. Is his desire to win that badly? Does he really desire to win that much? Or does he just want the ballpark packed every single day? Does he just want that? Does he just want that? And maybe he hopes and prays they look into a World Series. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. I don't know how else to describe it. But I really just do. I really just do. I just have that gut feeling that it's a lot of John Middleton. I really just do. Because if your ownership is committed to winning a World Series, they do everything possible. Steve Cohen with the Mets does anything possible to bring, money's not an option for just unlimited money basically. It doesn't matter. He'll go out and spend it. The Dodgers, it doesn't matter. They'll go out and spend it. The Yankees probably still spend more than the Phillies at this rate. I understand the Phillies are still a top payroll in baseball, but I feel like you could still go out there, do what the fucking Dodgers do and do the back end contract, the prorated salaries or something like that. It's just do something. Do something. Stop doing with this, we're only going to spend for the right player bullshit. Go out and get the good players. Go out and get Teoscar Hernandez. Go out and get Kyle Tucker in a trade. Stop with the Stotts. Stop with the Marshes. Stop with the Rojas's. Stop with the Keplers. Stop with whatever you fucking got in the bullpen that doesn't resemble depth. Stop going bargain bin and, waste shop in the lost and found looking for your bullpen arms. It's enough. It's enough. Because at this point, you're completely just wasting the window of Bryce Harper. That is what you're doing. You are wasting Bryce Harper. And I'm not saying Bryce Harper is fully taking away from the blame here. He can't do everything himself. Same thing with Kyle Schwarber. He can't do anything himself. But it's just, that's reality right now. And I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. They fancy themselves as a World Series contender. They're a phony. They're a phony. And I think the entirety of Philadelphia knows that by now. There's definitely still people that want to buy in and truly believe it. I'm not going to knock them for doing that. People can believe what they want to believe. They can have their own form of opinion. I'm not going to tell you the way you should think. I'm just going to look at it as the realistic possible situation. This team wasn't good enough coming from the offseason. They're not good enough entering the season, and they're not good enough right now. They're just a solid to good team. That's basically what they are. They're not a World Series team, not a World Series caliber team, and that's what they will be until some major changes are made. And that starts with your ownership. Personally, starts with your ownership. So that'll do it for today, everybody. Stupid team. Stupid team. I'm probably not going to do a day-by-day recap with the Pirate series because I just don't want to do it again for a Pirate series, even though I don't think I did it the last time either. I just don't want to do that because it's the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they'll probably win 2 games against Pittsburgh. I could be wrong, though. I mean, like, I just don't want to do that. So we'll be back on Sunday after Sunday's game, and then move on with the schedule. Like I said, thank God the fucking Stanley Cup playoff finals are underway, and the NBA finals are on the way. Thank God the draft's at the end of the month as well. So hopefully, just get by this, please. And maybe the Phillies can prove me wrong and prove all of us wrong. But right now, it's not fun. It's not fun. I had my fun when they were beating up on the bad teams in that very long stretch. But now you're going to be going into a schedule where you're facing much better quality of opponents, and the flaws of this team are going to be getting largely exposed on a night-to-night basis. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys, Tyler, Joel, Bucket Getter, Rob, and Sean. You guys in the chat, I appreciate all of you here. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. You can also use the code TTPSPORTS at $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. It's a great deal. Don't pass it up. So, thanks guys for tuning in. I'll see you.